All right, family, it's Tasha from MAMABEAR Prepping. So you already know what time it is. Get your drink, pull up. We're about to talk about it. So it was a really busy weekend. Why I did not do my video on Saturday. So I apologize for that. That was kind of a last minute. Normally, if I'm not going to have a video, it's because I kind of know some stuff is scheduled to be done. And I just had some last minute stuff that came up. So we're going to get into it. I honestly think that people are running out of time. We are running out of time to prepare, to be able to just get the things easily that we can get right now. Whether, I don't care where you're getting it from. I don't care if that's Amazon, Walmart. I don't care where you're getting the stuff, but you need to be getting it, okay? And the time is going to come where there's going to be a lot of people upset about lost opportunity, and you letting basically time go by that you could have done more things, and the regret that you're going to feel later by not handling the things now that you knew you needed to do, right? And you were just hoping that you had more time. I understand sometimes that goes off of budget, right? And so people are like, well, I have to budget and I can only do so much at each time. And that's, I'm not even talking about that, okay? So if you're handling your business and doing what you got to do per your budget, that's what I'm talking about. Do that. Continue to do that. But I think that there's a lot of people that do know that it could get serious and that they should be doing something, or they know better. They know the importance of growing food. They know the importance of being self-sufficient. They know the importance of that stuff, preserving food and stockpiling it and being ready for anything. But yet they're not doing it. They have this little voice in their head that's still telling them not to do stuff. So today we're going to get into 10 things that you could still be doing right now to prepare. These are just ideas. Some of this stuff we've talked about already, but it's just to keep your mind going. There's so much more to do every single day, and I know that that can be overwhelming. However, I know that there's people now, though, that are watching me that are feeling pretty good and feeling stagnant or feeling overwhelmed in a sense of they don't know which direction to go. And so hopefully one of these things kind of kickstarts your thought process on maybe some ideas of goals or things that you can work on. Okay, so here's 10 things that you can do to prepare. Okay, so one is you still have time to learn a skill, right? And this does not have to be super significant, right? Something as simple as, if you've never lit a fire outside in a fire pit, do that. Get the kindling, take the time to watch some videos if you have to, get the fire starter, get the stuff you need, right? And just practice making a fire. Make it a family affair if none of you guys have done it, right? But if you've never ever started a fire, you could practice that, okay? You could learn how to do that. Sewing, pick anything in your closet that has a hole or something that needs to be fixed, anything, okay? And just practice, okay? Maybe it's something you throw away anyway, but practice on it, okay? Get you a needle, thread it. Again, watch a video if you don't know how to do this. I know this seems, a lot of people are like, do you really need a video to learn how to thread, a needle? Yes, if you've never done it, those people are gonna need that, okay? So, but get a needle, get some thread, learn how to thread it, how to tie the knot, and how to just sew a basic hole up. Just something simple, right? How to fix something, fix a seam, whatever, okay? Just teach yourself something. Teach yourself how to preserve food, right? Start with a thing and go from there. I'm going to keep looking at my phone, you guys, because I took my notes on my phone. Learn how to, and just some other ideas. Learn how to make soap, learn how to do a new pet food from scratch, preserve that, whatever it is, there's tons of skills that can be learned still. So take those opportunities that you have now to make the things you want. Homemade soaps, homemade laundry soap. You want to learn how to make a tincture. You want to start growing a certain type of food. Growing food and starting a garden is a skill, you guys. So learn a skill. Learn how to do something, okay? Next thing I have on here is emergency bags. Get all your emergency bags together. So when we say emergency bags in our home, that's a lot of different things. That includes the car kit, okay? That's evacuation bags. That's go bags or bug out bags. That's your get home bags. That's your EDC, your everyday carry bag. All of those things, get those things in order. If you haven't done them, maybe you've done one of them, but you haven't thought about the other aspect of it, That's important. Maybe you have this fancy bug out bag, but you don't have anything in your car, baby, to get you home. No get home bag, no car kit. You have nothing. And so then if you find yourself having to walk home, you have nothing. You have no water, no little snack, maybe a little walking stick. I mean, you're not prepared at all. And so those are the things that you want to prepare. You don't have a basic evacuation bag for your family to just leave because there's a pending storm or something, a fire's coming through, and you just have to go somewhere temporary, like to a hotel. You're going to come right back, right? Got to have that stuff in order and done up, right? Just take a look at those things too. If you've already got all those things done, just put eyes on them. I know a lot of people do them and then never look at them again. And if you never look at them or even use them, there might be stuff in there that you've just put in there because you watched somebody's video and it's not even necessary. It's not needed. So take those bags, take a minute, think about again, what would you really want if, you had to walk home in a go bag? What would you want to, not a go bag, a get home bag, right? What would make life a little bit easier if you had to walk miles and miles and miles home, okay? And then pack the bag in that sense, okay? So get your emergency bags together. Third thing I have is fortify your home. This is a big one because, if stuff starts to go left, crime's getting out of control, and you having the ability now to continue to fortify your home, put some extra locks on, take a look at some different products for fortifying your points of entry, putting up an extra, security light, putting up an extra camera, extra low locks that people can't get in. Maybe they cut a couple, but then there's another lock they can't get through. Just making it difficult to be taken from, for people to just walk on your property and just take stuff, right? But you have time. And what's bad is something goes left and then you don't have the things done you wanted. And then you're sitting there like, man, I didn't get anything to fortify my windows. I didn't do the things that I wish I would have. I wish I would have just picked up a couple extra locks for the gates, right? And once you don't have them, you don't have them, right? It's all fun and games, so it's not fun and games, right? So, and we talk about this a lot, is when it hits, you're going to have whatever you have is whatever you have, okay? So don't let that opportunity pass by to be able to get the products and the things needed to fortify your home, okay? All right, next one I have is finding creative ways to store more water, right? Water, food, water, meds, I think is super important, but water, water, water. So continually thinking of, not only buying water, storing water, filling extra containers with water, water catchment, even like stock pans that you would use to get water, collect water, big water storage containers in general. You really got to think about water and how long-term, what that looks like for you. Okay. And that's something you never stop. You just keep adding, keep adding, keep adding. And I'm not talking about folks that, are like, well, I have 20 cases of water. God bless you. That is amazing. That's awesome. But I'm talking about taking it a step further and having more stuff. Okay. More than just that. If you're in an apartment and you're like, I can't do any kind of rain catchment and all this other fancy stuff, but there's a lot of stuff you can do in an apartment. Okay. And that you can do kind of hidden as well. As far it rains, put some buckets out there, right? Keep, the water container, a bigger one in your apartment where they can't see it, right? And take that water catchment that you catch and put it, transfer it. There's stuff you can do, okay? And I know it sounds silly now, like, oh, well, that's a lot of work and drama and, I'd rather just wait till I have a house. And you can do that, okay? But water, you have to have water or you die. And if we get to a point where water's a concern and an issue, like a real issue, stuff flies off the shelves, and then people, honestly, water is going to be one of those things, and people don't have water, they're going to freak out, and you're going to have all these people that are trying to find water and trying to procure water and get it from all these different sources. And if you haven't thought that through, that's going to be, you're going to be in the middle of that group of people that don't know what to do because they're going to die because they don't have water, okay? So continually work on the water situation, okay? Next thing I have is downloading stuff from online, right? So manuals, different just information you want, stuff you've wanted to research, maps, pictures, your personal stuff like pictures, just different things that you go to the internet for, recipes, whatever it is, downloading this stuff, right? If the grid goes down, we lose the internet, you don't have the ability to ask it questions or get manuals or learn how to do something. You need to get those things, and it's personal things too that you'll regret that you didn't get those things off your computer. If you're one of these people that's like, oh, technology will be here forever, we'll always be able to get that stuff. Baby, it just takes one thing to happen. All it takes is a good hack and your stuff is gone. Those memories. Yeah, they're memories in your head, but as you get older, like pictures, don't sleep on the importance of old, like an actual picture, okay, that's printed out that you can hang up or have on your person or whatever, okay? But take the time to download stuff, to get stuff off the internet while you can do it now, okay? Next thing I have is sell or just move. Basically, people that talk about they want to move, they want to go homestead, they want to either sell because they own and they want to buy something new, or maybe it's people have never bought before, want to, the dream is to purchase. You need to do that sooner than later. Like, you're running out of time, and it's a very fragile state right now with the economy and the stock market and the housing market. All of that stuff is very fragile. And it's only going to be a matter of time where that's not an option anymore. And so if that is an option, because I get some people, they're like, I don't have an option, I can never move. If you have the option and that's in your thought process, that's your dream, you need to make your dream, you need to push forward on the dream, right? Stop waiting and really sit down and figure out, hey, what could we do to make the dream work? Because it's super important, I think, to get to where you need to be and start stockpiling there, start learning to live self-sufficiently on that land, on that piece of property. And it doesn't have to be some kind of huge 20-acre, homestead, okay? You just need your little slice of the pie that doesn't belong to somebody else, like an apartment. Now, that's not to bag anybody, because I get it financially. If that's all you can do, you just can't get there, you can't get there. But if the dream is to get there, then baby, you can do it. You can do it. If you've dreamed that you've wanted to do that, work on your credit score. Work on your stuff, paying your stuff down. Do what you have to do to handle business, to get out of that situation, to get to the dream, okay? And stop making excuses, because that time is working against you right now on that. You are running out of time for that to be an option. And then before you know it, you're stuck in that apartment when you were fully capable to take your destiny into your hands and pay off bills and do the credit and work on getting a different job. Whatever the excuse you're telling yourself that you can't do it, you need to break through that, because the opportunity is going to pass by, okay? Next thing I have is growing food outdoors and indoors. I want to emphasize indoors, because we talk a lot about just learn to grow food, just start growing food. And obviously that's outside, start growing food, but I think it's important, and I'm working on a video for a subscriber. It's super important to have a difference of stuff that's going outside and then stuff that stays inside, and more than just starting seeds inside, right? A lot of people start seeds inside, or have smaller starter plants, right? However, I'm talking more of long-term food that is started indoors and will stay indoors, right? Simple lettuces, all your lettuces, sprouts, different things like that you will have in your home all the time. Different herbs. Can be the same herbs you have outside, baby. It's fine, okay? But one, you want to have the option of having food indoors in case the outdoors is compromised and you now have to stay in. And now that whatever you're growing indoors is the only fresh stuff that you have, okay? Plus, it's important to utilize all of your space. And so when we say grow food, that's utilizing all the space that you have. Growing up if you have to grow, growing outdoors, growing indoors, having regular house plants in the house for air purification and stuff, having other things growing in your house, have all the fruit trees started, right? It takes them a while to get big, you guys, okay? So if you have a place, start you some lemon trees, some lime trees, some avocados. Start you some warmer plants that maybe can't make it where you live outdoors. Bring them indoors, cater to them, prune them, make them the size you want them to be. First of all, they're not going to just explode overnight and all of a sudden you have this huge lemon tree in your living room, right? So I have a lot of fruit trees like in the house that I'm just going to prune and basically treat like, for the time being while they're growing still, and treat them like a house plant, and just treat them like a house plant in the sense of up potting them and that type of stuff as they grow. But doing that, okay? So indoors and outdoors, super important. That video is coming soon, you guys. Next thing I have is working or building upon your meat resource. So again, having your own resource of meat available on your property that you have. Quails, ducks, turkeys, chickens, whatever, rabbits. Maybe you have some property and you're able to have pigs and goats and other things, right? But at a minimum, even if you have an apartment or a small place, and again, people are like, I can't do that. You can't do what you know you're not going to do, right? If you keep telling yourself you're not going to do it, you're right, you're not going to do it. But it's important to get those things. You know, if it goes left and all we have is a few chickens and they're producing eggs, that is a huge source of protein. Huge, 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 when we're possibly not getting, you know, fresh meat and other protein products from the store anymore. Okay. So something simple. But think about your meat resource, what will work for you, what you're allowed to have, all that good stuff, right? And get it going, right? Stop saying you're going to do it and do it. And I'm the same, you guys. It's just 2 days ago, I was like, we need to get going on these chickens. Like, what are we doing? We were waiting for the septic. We're not waiting no more. We just need to get the chickens and get going on it. All right, next thing I have is preserving food, specifically meats, veggies, fruits. Your fresh stuff that's going to be hard and difficult to get, that you can't get anymore, that's what I want you to concentrate on getting and preserving. Yes, of course, you're still getting your grains and you're preserving your you know, vac sealed stuff and jars and in Mylar bags and rice and beans and all that stuff, right? Your bulkers is what I call them, your big staples. But it's very important to get that fresh stuff that you know for a fact you're not going to be able to get, right? Maybe not be able to get bread and butter and milk and, you know, vegetables, fresh vegetables, fruits, things like that you're just easily able to go to the store and just get. And then all of a sudden you can't just go get some strawberries, some fresh blueberries and strawberries, right? You can't just go get some broccoli, right? And so if you didn't grow that stuff or preserve it, you're just not going to have it. Okay. And what's going to happen is a lot of people will be like, well, I'll just adapt, I'll just adjust, but it's going to be hardcore for your body to get used to. All of a sudden you have that stuff and then you don't have it. And so that's going to be a very difficult time for people's bodies to adjust to having something. And then, you know, they don't have it at all. Okay. And then the last thing I have is stockpiling your meds and medical supplies. I think this is super important. Again, this goes to my food, water, meds. That's my trio. But I think it's important to carve out a space in your house that has your medical preps, has your medical supplies, you know, place to store them, utilize them. Be thinking out of a space, right, that would be like your medical pharmacy, right? Where are you keeping your meds? Where are you keeping all your medical supplies? Where, you know, maybe this is a back room where has a twin bed and you would put somebody in this room if they got monkeypox or if they got something, right? And your stuff's in there, right? Make you a little pharmacy. I get it. If you don't have no space like that, I get it. Carve out a corner though, okay? Even if it's just a corner that, okay, you don't have a bed and all this stuff, but you have a corner that has a dresser, just a dresser, part of the decor, but that dresser is full of your medical stuff, right? Has your supplies, has your medicines, okay? Just think it through in the sense of, you know, if something happened medically, you know, where would you want to kind of be at where it would be comfortable for the person that is caring for somebody, and then the person that needs to be cared for, a place for them to sit and be seen and get help with whatever happened to them, whatever ailment, okay? I think that was all 10. I'm just going to go through them one more time, make sure I said everything. Because you guys know you do call me out when I miss one. You're like, you did 9 things, not 10 things. Okay, it looks like I did do 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'd love to hear in the comments below what you're working on. Anything you want to add to this list that you think anybody that's watching, hey, this is something that you could be working on right now, or that you feel is very important to be working on right now. There's a ton more. Okay. Another one that's really important right now. This is something I don't talk about a lot on my channel, but defensive tools. There's a bonus for you. Defensive tools, all the things needed for that, the practice and training that you need while you can, right? Going to the range while you can. Can you just make up a range? Yes. But while you can go do that fancier stuff, that better stuff, and you can take the whole family and go and do that and train together, like do that stuff while you can, right? Because again, lost opportunity. If you don't finish up getting those, non-lethal or lethal options that you still want to get, you need to get those. And you need to get those things before you can't get them anymore, right? So there's a bonus for you guys if you stuck around. You have to let me know in the comments below if you stuck around for the bonus. All right, so I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys had a blessed weekend, and take care. Bye.